Hi sturdy women, hi sturdy friends. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're feeling good in your body. Today I want to talk about testing ketones. I get a lot of questions about keto. People saying I'm doing it, I'm not getting the results that I want. People asking what level of ketosis they need to get in. How can you get in deeper ketosis? I'm going to address some of those questions today, and I'm going to show you my Keto Mojo meter. I've been using this for about 3 years. Love it. I'm going to demonstrate how to use it today and talk about how to use it to test for how foods impact you and some strategies that you can use to deepen your ketosis if that's what you're trying to do. Remember, this video is not medical advice, and you should work with your care team to determine what's right for you and your body. Over the last 3 years, I've used a keto lifestyle to lose more than 100 pounds and dramatically improve my lipedema, lymphedema, and venous insufficiency symptoms. Testing has really helped me stay on track. Let me show you how I use my Keto Mojo meter. So you can see it comes in this cute little carrying case. Mine's a little bit dirty because I've had it for so long. But I unpack everything, take out the lancet, take out the meter, and then take out one glucose strip and one ketone strip. The glucose strips are brown, the ketone strips are that light blue. I open each one and get it ready, laid out on the table. You also want to take out a single-use lancet that you'll use to poke your finger, and you'll take off the safety tip, but save it for later so that you can put it back on before you dispose it. And just slide that in the lancet holder and you'll hear a click. Before starting the test, you can wash your hands with some warm water. That will help increase the circulation in your fingers and get everything clean and ready. You can also use an alcohol prep pad if you have some of those handy, just to get the area clean. For me, I always do my testing on my left hand because I'm right-handed, and I like to use the side of the finger. That's usually a little bit less painful. I'll use the side of my index or my middle finger and just give it a little poke and let the blood come out. You do want to wipe off and discard that first drop of blood because it's going to have a lot of interstitial fluid in it. So go ahead, that first drop, just wipe it off with a tissue and then use that second one for your testing. I always like to do my glucose first. I don't know why. So just insert that glucose strip into the meter. You'll hear it beep when it's ready for you. And then just hold it up and touch it to that drop of blood on your finger. You're not going to put the blood on top of it. It needs to go into it. So you're going to send it perpendicular so that it can kind of suck it up like a straw. The glucose takes 5 seconds to read. You'll hear a beep when it's ready. And you can see I've got a great reading here. I am fasting, so it is a little bit low, but I'm feeling good, so I'm not worried about that. Next, I do the ketones, doing the same thing. So I remove the glucose strip, put in the ketone strip, and then just dab that on my finger to get a little bit more blood. It will beep when it has enough, and then the ketone takes a little bit longer. The ketone counts down from 9, and then you will see your result. And again, I told you I was fasting, so my result here is high. I thought about not doing this video today because I didn't want to intimidate you, but I thought, you know what, let me show you what's possible. So these are my ketone levels on my fast. Are you enjoying this video? Click subscribe below to join our community, and then click the little bell so that you get a notification each time I post a new Sturdy Woman video. And then if today's content is helpful, please do like and share so that we can reach more people and give them hope and help on their journey. The meter has a Bluetooth and it will sync to your smartphone. And they have a great app that will calculate your GKI for you, your glucose ketone index. And tell you which stage of ketosis that you're in. It will keep a record of everything. They've got a dashboard with great results. It will tell you if, over the last few weeks, your glucose is running high or your ketones are running low, and kind of let you really see over time how you're doing. And it's just really easy to use, really convenient. And it syncs, I talked about Chronometer before, it syncs with Chronometer, it syncs with all sorts of things, syncs with your Apple Health, and just makes it really easy to track over time. Click the link below in the description to buy your own Keto Mojo meter and to read a couple articles about ketones and testing. Let's talk about ketone levels. To be in light nutritional ketosis, you got to get to at least 0.5. Light nutritional ketosis goes from 0.5 to 1 millimoles per liter on your ketones. And I have a lot of you write to me and ask me questions, say I'm doing keto, it's not working, people telling me about their ketone levels. If you're at 0.4, you really got to try to get to 0.5 or higher. You're not going to be seeing the results you want at a 0.4. Use some of the strategies that I'm going to share later in the video to help get that level just a little bit higher. The level above light nutritional ketosis is where I tend to feel the best, and that, the name gives it all away, it's optimal ketosis. Optimal ketosis is from 1 to 3 millimoles per liter. And when I'm here, when I'm at about a 1.5, my brain is clear, my energy is up, my cravings disappear. I have a lot of you write to me about cravings and say, when will the cravings go away? How do you deal with it? If you can get a little bit higher in ketosis, in my experience, the cravings really just disappear if you can get into that optimal ketosis zone. And then if you're fasting, I'm actually fasting right now, your levels will be even higher. So when you're fasting, you might see levels between 3 and 8 millimoles per liter. You don't really need to go above 8. You shouldn't try to go above 8. You can get into a dangerous zone if you get to 9, 10, etc. And that's why you see this on the graphic. But when you're fasting, you will see higher levels. And in the demonstration, you saw that I had higher levels. It's important to kind of keep in mind the time of day that you're testing, get to know your body, and be aware that at certain times of day, you might just have different levels. For example, the dawn phenomena or the dawn effect. When you first get up in the morning, your body gives you a surge of cortisol that can increase your blood sugar. So if you are testing within 1 hour or so of getting up, you may have a higher blood sugar. And how long that dawn effect lasts, it varies person to person, and so you'll figure it out as you do your testing. But for most people, it's about an hour. So if you get up, immediately test your sugar and it's a little bit higher than usual, it could just be the dawn effect. Wait an hour or so, test again. If you are getting a blood sugar that's 140 or above, that is something to be worried about, and you do want to go and see your doctor and discuss that with them. There are a couple strategies that you can use if you're trying to increase your ketones and get into a higher level of ketosis. One that works really well for me is doing some kind of cardio exercise. And that needs to be a little bit more than like a leisurely walk. It needs to be something that gets your heart rate up, maybe gets you just a little bit sweaty. For me, I like to take a jog, but maybe that could be swimming, that could be riding a bike, that could be some like energetic dancing around your house, whatever's gonna get your heart rate up, that's going to help give you a temporary boost in your ketones. Something to keep in mind, strength training can give you a temporary decrease. So if you do some strength training, you see your ketones go down, don't worry about that. In a couple hours, they should probably go back up. Another great strategy to increase your ketones, it sounds so simple, it's just to eat fewer carbs. I've been there. They sneak up on you over time. Tracking for even just a few days can help you see that maybe you're eating more carbs than you realize. I eat less than 20 total grams of carbs a day. That's different from net. Don't believe those keto snacks that tell you they only have 2, 3, 4 net carbs. Look at your total carbs, and as you bring those down, you really might see your ketones go up. Another strategy that I use to get my ketones up is intermittent fasting. There's a lot of different protocols that you can use for fasting. I'll put a link to my fasting video and my fasting playlist below. Fasting is something that you should only start doing after you've been on keto for a while. Give your body time to get fat adapted, get adjusted. You'll kind of know when it's the right time. Finally, I haven't tried this, and the research on it is emerging, but you can also take exogenous ketones. So this is a supplement with ketones in it that you can take that will literally increase the level of ketones in your body. How much benefit you actually get from that, and whether it's just like feeling good when you see the blood test result, is to be determined. But that is something else that you can do to get your ketone levels up. You can use your Keto Mojo meter to test for food sensitivities and to see how different meals and foods impact your ketosis. To do this, you're going to test 1 hour before eating to get a baseline. Then you're going to eat, test 1 hour after eating. You want to see your blood sugar rise no more than 30 with that meal. That's going to tell you you've got a good low carb meal. And then you're going to test again 2 to 3 hours after that meal, and hopefully you will have returned to that baseline that you took before eating. You can do the same thing with your ketones. So with your ketones, you're going to test the 3 times, an hour before, an hour after, 2 to 3 hours after. And what you're going to want to see is that an hour after the meal, your ketones should have dropped no more than 1 millimole per liter. 0.5 to 1 is a good range to see. And then 2 to 3 hours later, you want to see that they've come back up close to where they were before you ate that meal. Of course, yes, you can do keto without monitoring your blood sugar and your ketones. But for me, using the Keto Mojo meter has been super helpful to learn about my body. I can now feel when my blood sugar is a little bit higher than normal. I can feel when my ketones are really doing well, or maybe when they're low, because using the meter has taught me what that feels like. And again, you can use it to test how different foods affect you. I love the convenience. You can pay for it. You can buy the test strips with your HSA or your FSA money if you're in the US, which is great to know. And I really love using the app and having it track. I now have like 3 years of data. I can look back and see how I'm doing year to year. Is my blood sugar going up? Are my ketones staying stable? How is all of that playing into how I feel? Use the comments below to let me know what questions you have about testing your ketone levels, how keto has worked for you with your lipedema and lymphedema. Let's start the discussion. For more about me and my journey with lipedema, lymphedema, venous insufficiency, and how I've used keto and conservative treatments to dramatically reduce my symptoms and lose more than 100 pounds, head over to sturdywoman.com. I'd love to see you there. I'll see you next time.